to another episode of the
Lume Plotters.
My Bingo.
Yes. So today we have a very, very special episode. And this is, I feel like, an episode that we should do every year or every 6 months or something, because everyone else seems to. Maybe not every 6 months, but every year.
It depends of how frequently something happens.
With you, everything happens very frequently. But the idea is, of course, to do a collection episode talking about our current watch collection and what we have, what we don't have in them, right? So we have not mentioned this in quite some time. Mm-hmm. The last time we did it was the one with AI, where ChatGPT roasted our collection.
Yes.
So I think that was probably over a year ago, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
But don't hold me to it. So let's see if and what has changed in the meantime. So essentially the idea is to talk in the last 12 months, what has come in, what has gone out,
yes,
what has stayed behind, and what is your plan moving forward?
Okay, I guess I recently looked at my 3 years old collection picture where I had the big box still, right? And
that's a great point. I will find my collection picture from last year because I think this is. I didn't think about that.
But man, I couldn't believe. I thought actually I would be quite happy with that. It's that collection today as well. I mean, sure, there's a few more heavy hitters in the collection now, but I had a Sky Dweller and the Explorer 2, and I had some other stuff in it, and a 56, and all of these nice things that I had in my collection. Anyhow, they're all gone. Amazing how they all left the collection eventually.
All right.
Okay.
And the thing is, I am surprised by what has stayed behind. I'm surprised by what I do have in the collection compared to what I did have in the collection. So Ralph is carrying a box towards the screen like an animal.
Sorry?
I was just making fun of you.
Good. Because I had I put off.
Said you were carrying a box.
Yes, I took off my headphones to just get my collection, my little box.
So the next time, ladies and gentlemen, Ralph takes off his headphones, I will say a lot of choice
nasty
words about
things
him.
that I didn't.
Nasty things, and he won't know
until I listen to the episode.
The thing is, you're not going to pinpoint that location. So. All right, I think I found a picture from September 19th. Oh my word. What are the odds of that?
It's the same.
September 19th, 2024.
Wow.
So exactly 1 day less than a year ago. And yes, the collection is vastly, as we say, vastly different.
Vastly different.
Very, very different. So.
Wow. So Pause. So.
You want to? So before we get into this, of course we could do a wristwatch check, or do we not do that? Yeah, maybe we skip the wristwatch check and you introduce what you're wearing when you talk about the collection. Because I'm assuming blindly you're wearing one of the watches in your collection.
Yeah, actually I just did. So I took it off, but I don't have anything on my wrist there now. So, but it's okay. Let's go.
It's up to you. So, I guess because my collection is significantly smaller.
Mine too. Yeah.
I'm saying in general compared to yours. You're saying compared to your own.
Right.
I will go first. I'll talk about all the stuff.
Okay.
So apparently, it was exactly 1 year, almost to the day, we had our fun Hodinkee missing watch problem. So for those of you that don't remember, it was apparently on August 31st, I received a box from Hodinkee, which was supposed to have 2 watches in it, and it did not. It only had 1, and then Hodinkee charged me for both, and then they charged me import duties for both, and it took a solid month, I would say, to just get Hodinkee to admit to their wrongdoing and refund me my money. So that was an absolutely terrible time for me, and it left a very bad taste in my mouth. And I do think the reason I have made such a drastic change in my collection was because of that event. I just felt
Absolutely.
no. It
You.
just pissed me off. It was just pissing me off to no end that I was looking at a watch, and all I remembered was the fact that I had to deal with this, and the fact that Hodinkee went through all this nonsense, and how unethical they were, and just the fact that I couldn't reach anybody, the phones were all down, et cetera, et cetera. So
I guess there was a reason that they stopped trading. I mean, that was
exactly
in this moment where they're already winding down, right?
This was the fire sale. This was during the fire sale, which we bought a bunch of stuff during the fire sale. You and I both did, and I had no issues with anything else except for the watches. Nonetheless, I will walk you through what I had, I should say. So apparently 1 year ago today, roughly 2 days apart from, this was September. I have one from September 13th and one from September 19th. They're the same collection.
Mm-hmm.
I had my still 8 watch box with 2 watches outside of the 8 watch box. 8 watch box. So I had 10 watches in total, not counting G-Shocks. We'll talk about the G-Shocks in a moment as well, because I think we can include them. So the main box had my Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch 1861, still happily in the collection. I wore it yesterday. It's a fantastic watch, and I have no qualms. The next watch that is still in the collection is my Tudor Black Bay 54. The only difference with that one is I did sell my rubber strap, and I bought a full bracelet for it, the original Tudor bracelet, and I'm wearing it now on the bracelet, which, both are fantastic options. I had it for about 2 years now. I got it with you. You were there when I bought it, if you recall, I think 2 years ago. And the rubber strap was awesome, but after 2 years of wearing it, I thought to myself, also the bracelet's nice. So there we go. Then, still in the collection, we have my Explorer 36, the 124270, which is a great watch. I do not wear it very often. I have to admit, I don't wear it very often, but it is one of those watches that I don't really see myself parting with anytime soon. And the last watch that is still in the collection is, so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 have remained.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is the watch that I'm wearing today. And it is my JLC Reverso monoface. None of this tribute nonsense. This is the original, the OG gangster Reverso. Once again, with the Arabic numerals, the Art Deco styling, the guilloche hand guilloche dial with the sub-seconds hand. And if you open it up, it has the hand perlaged, or I don't know what you call the motif
just
that is in
perlage,
here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it perlage? Meanwhile, both of these were replaced with the newer, more expensive ones, which are the tribute ones, which have no numbers, no numerals. They have batons instead. No blued hands. By the way, these are heat blued hands. Scrap those as well. And no guilloche, no whatever perlage or whatever. Everything is now machine made, which is kind of a bummer for a more expensive watch. But nonetheless, this to me exemplifies traditional craftsmanship. So I love this watch. This is the medium size, which they have also since discontinued. So even this smaller size is now poof, gone.
Gone.
All right. So out of 10, we'll say out of 12 10 watches, 2 G-Shocks. We'll talk about the G-Shocks in a little bit. This is the only 4 that remain. I do have...
Unbelievable.
It's kind of ridiculous, right? But
Flip master.
nonetheless. So, no, because it's not flipping. If I had things... some of these things I had for a very long time, okay? So, at this point, this was already the point where I had just sold my Datejust. So, that had just left the collection as well. I think me selling the Datejust was the avalanche that caused me to drastically sell a bunch of stuff and then sell all the stuff that I got to replace the stuff. And then now I've just reduced. So what is gone? We have my beloved 114060 Submariner ceramic sub with the beefy lugs, the beefy ceramic bezel and those beefy lugs, which just every time I look at this watch now, it just doesn't tickle my pickle. I just don't know why. I had it for almost 10 years and just one day I woke up and I'm just like, nah, it's not my style, which is so super weird. It was too bling blingy, very shiny. So I wanted to get watches that are not blingy and under the radar is what I am pushing for moving forward in the collection. The other one that was sold was, of course, the Cartier Santos Medium.
Cartier.
This is a watch that I look back at and I forget that I even owned it. It was so blah. Like I just...
Yeah, I mean, these are the things. If you forget that you had it, it was really bad.
I have nothing to say about it. It was a good looking watch for a while, and then I just got so tired of it. There's nothing there, right? Then I had 4 limited edition Hodinkee watches at this point in time. One was the Mercy, the LMMH01 field watch, limited edition for Hodinkee. The other one, which I had at this exact date, but I sold it like 2 days later, was the Longines Sector Dial for Hodinkee. I kept that watch for maybe 2 days before I sold it.
Right.
And then, of course, I had my 2 that started this hatred for Hodinkee, which I don't really hate them, but it was the Oris Divers 65 limited edition caliber 400 for Hodinkee with a green dial.
Okay.
Which I sometimes regret selling, but then I look at my Tudor Black Bay 54. It was the same size, same style, and the Black Bay 54 is better on every measurable aspect. And then, of course, I had at the time the limited edition Grand Seiko for Hodinkee, which was this blue dial. It was the same as the SBGM 221. I think this was called the SBGM 239. And essentially it was a blue and gray iteration of their GMT, the 39 millimeter GMT. So those were all the things that I kept.
So
those were all the things that left.
So
obviously,
to summarize, you had a lot of boring watches and you have more boring watches now.
Yes, correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
But no. I would say that my watches have gotten even more boring than this one. Because this one, they had some color and some limited edition stuff. And now we've gone entirely no color, monochrome everything, not a single limited edition, all mainstream watches. And I think this is where my bread and butter is. So once again, 4 kept. Currently, my collection stands at 7 watches.
Okay.
I have sold 2 Grand Seikos essentially to get this Oris and this Grand Seiko Hodinkee edition, which were the SBG W231 and the SBG M221. I bought both of those back.
Oh, okay.
So both of those are back in the collection. One is If for those that don't know, the SBGW231 I bought brand new from the showroom floor. And that one is the 37 millimeter, no hand, 3-hander, no date. And then the SBGM 221 I found secondhand for like 10,000 dirhams, which I think is an absolute bargain. Still under warranty. Retail price is like 18 and a half, 19 on it. And both are beige dials. So I don't know, maybe that's not monochrome, right?
Beige. Oh, no.
Eggshell.
Champagne, chartreuse, whatever.
No. They're not champagne. Champagne is more silvery. This is more yellowish.
It is just the old joke with the software developers and our marketing team in the company I worked for more than 20 years ago, where the marketing ladies came to the software developers, sat next to him and said like, okay, but this button has the wrong color. We said we wanted champagne, but this is off-white. And he said, what? Just give me the code. Give me the hex code of the color.
I don't Pantone number.
I don't care about these things like champagne, off-white. No, it's beige. And you know that's typical when the marketing gets involved, and then the software developer is just like, oh no, give me this number, please. Yeah. So that's it.
Now, hold on. But I have to say that Grand Seiko on their website, when referring to these watches, have a picture, a field of wheat. So apparently, in their mind, this is the same color as a field of wheat, which I think is a very good depiction of the color. I don't know what color you would call it.
For our American listeners, you mean the wheat, the corn, not the weed with a D.
It's not corn.
What weed?
What?
Weed.
Yeah, I know what weed is, but it's not weed. We're talking wheat. With a T.
Wheat.
Yes, wheat. The thing that we make flour out of, that we then make bread out of. Yeah. Yes, wheat.
So these are seeds,
you
basically.
said corn.
I mean, yeah, of course.
The seeds, but the stalks, the stalks that are growing. Yeah. Exactly.
Corn.
It's a field. No, could you imagine the Grand Seiko people? Yes, it is a field of marijuana. This is the color that we chose for this watch.
Exactly.
The fields of marijuana growing in the Shibuya district in Ginza, Tokyo. I don't know. But nonetheless, so I did rebuy those, which were obviously nothing new to me, but they were new to the collection. So now I will sum up in a moment. And then there was one other new watch that I put in, which also I owned before. So theoretically, I bought nothing that I had not owned before. And that was the watch I got from Mr. Ralphino, which was the Tudor Pelagos 39, which replaced essentially the Submariner. And I'm happy to say, and I just don't get it. If you have a watch that you can buy for, let's say, a quarter of the price that the watch that you're selling is, and it literally fulfills 100% of your needs without, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Set the capital free. This capital is bound in this watch. Set it free, invest it into Bitcoin.
But I have to say, I would argue that I like this one better for the simple reason that it's titanium.
Yeah.
And I on YouTube, I was watching this guy, The Watch Idiot. And he's even worse than me. He's buying and selling like a crazy person, like it's going out of style. And he said a lot of people tell him, because he owns a lot of Tudors, and a lot of people told him this original, saying that Tudor's the poor man's Rolex. And he has both the 39 Pelagos and he has the Black Bay 54. And he said, yes, that's absolutely the case. That's the reason I didn't choose the 37 millimeter Rolex Submariner or the titanium Rolex Submariner, because I wanted specifically a Rolex, but I couldn't get it. Right? Neither of these watches exist. And the problem with Rolex is you have one choice. And if you would like something smaller, something titanium, something different, it does not exist.
Yes.
So,
I agree.
So once again, this is what I got going. So once again, in a nutshell, we have what I'm wearing today, monoface reverso. We have Speedy. We have two Tudors, the Black Bay 54 and the Pelagos 39, two Grand Seikos, SBGM 221, SBGW 239, or sorry, SBGW.
Yeah, these numbers,
231, 231. And then we also have a seventh watch, which the Rolex Explorer. I forgot about the Rolex. Yes, I have one of those as well.
Yes.
So the Explorer one. So those are the 7 watches, in addition to which I have two G-Shocks at the moment. One of which I bought from Ralph again, the stainless steel GMWB 5000, which is the silver Bling Master.
The Bling Master.
And in addition to that, I have the GMW 5000U, which is the rubber version of it with the Japanese exclusive one, which is like the most premium rubber G-Shock that you can buy. So that's it.
There's a new versions coming out recently. I mean, obviously G-Shocks. I mean, there's a couple of interesting things. By the way, also remind me after I do my little collection overview that I remind me about something soft coming from Casio. Same. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. So now my collection, lots of things have changed. I did have a big lack of blue dial watches in my collection last year and the year before. That has been changed. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue dial watches back in my collection. Top.
Should I? But by the way, I should mention.
Yes.
I should mention just real fast. I have 4 black dials, 2 beige dials, and 1 silver dial. That is my watch collection. So there is no color, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and I just
for the colorblind kid.
Yeah, I must have said. I mean, I miscounted. There's another one. There's 5 blue dial watches. Okay, so 12 watches in my main collection. I'm not counting the G-Shocks at the moment because they're in.
We'll go over G-Shocks afterwards. Room. Sure.
So, a lot has changed. I had no Grand Seiko, I think, last year in my collection. Now I have 2 Grand Seikos back in my collection.
And I want to pop in here. You mentioned specifically, because I had 2 Grand Seikos last year, or a little bit before, like 2 years ago. And you're like, do you really need 2 Grand Seikos? And I was like, you know what? I agree. Like, you don't need 2 Grand Seikos.
No, not if they're the same.
And for a hot second, I don't think I had any Grand Seikos.
Yeah.
And then look at where we are now.
Yeah.
We had this drop in favor of Grand Seiko, and then it somehow came back.
When you don't have one, you miss them. But when you have them, there's also the first one in your collection that you cull, basically. If you have to let go of something, it's just like, okay, let me sell the Grand Seiko. I don't know why I'm not as attached to them as I've been to other watches sometimes.
But I would argue it's because they make a million of them. But the thing is, they make less watches than most of the other brands.
Yeah, they just make so many, so different variations and all of this stuff. Yeah. And maybe also because, they have they have nicknames sometimes, Iwate and what, all of the different things. But it's
the
just
weed field.
the weed field, yes. The smoker's watch. Okay. So let me go through it. My Super Ocean from 2009, Arrowhand from Breitling. It's still, I think, the best looking Breitling ever made. And that's why.
So these are all the ones you've kept from last year?
Not even sure if I had it last year. I don't have a picture of my last year's collection, but yeah. Then I have the DUG Purist Type 2. I love that watch. I wore it the last 2 or 3 days, and it's a fun, wonderful watch.
That was new. That was new incoming this year.
Yeah. Then new. This was a year old, I think, but then I gave it away for auction. It did not sell. My Seiko SBP, I don't know, 453, the new version of the 65 Mass, in blue. And then eventually I thought, oh, you know what? I don't want to sell it anymore. I took it back and I fixed the one thing that I didn't like. The bracelet
I know.
was in a position, and click, 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 I hope you heard this, where it was just never really comfortable. So I bought an extra oyster bracelet from Uncle Seiko. Yes. Basically,
Oh, no, they changed their names.
Uncle straps.
Uncle straps.
And this is basically the same looking brushed, sides are polished, but front, top and bottom is brushed, bracelet, but it just fits. And it's crazy. It actually does have a half link. So it does have some little things there in it. And so it just made this watch so much nicer, even though because of the 20 millimeter lug width, I really like to wear it with the other straps as well, right? So that's that one. Then as a Grand Seiko, that's the SBG N29. That's a GMT watch with it's a quartz movement in it with a nice blue lacquered dial. Super cool. The titanium SBGJ, I think. SBGJ. It's really something that you have to say without, spittle and...
J is the high beat, right?
Yeah, it's a high beat GMT with this nice vertical striped dial in white, and it's not off-white, it's really white. So I really like it because it's a bright white. Wonderful watch. I really like this one, and it's in titanium, but it's amazing of how they make this titanium. They use a special what do you call that? A special alloy, so that they get it to shine that much when they polish it. It's really reflective. It doesn't look like titanium. Yeah. And then, of course, another titanium watch, which completely looks very different, is the Panerai PAM 00352. Also on the titanium bracelet, but at the moment I have it on a Miltat rubber strap in like military green, and it looks pretty cool. And it's you know how these these bands actually form to your wrist. See that? It's crazy.
Yes.
It's really nice because that's the cool thing about these Panerais. Once you have them on your wrist, it feels like a bracelet. It's because it's so nicely fitting, right? It's very. I love them.
It's a substantial piece of leather. Two cows went into the making of that strap.
Minimum. And
33 millimeter lug width,
and
40 meters long.
And a mammoth as well. And that's maybe some dinosaurs. So that's that. So that's my Panerai. And to be honest, this is one of the watches, basically, that I have sold to a friend, and I nagged him. I said, look, when you want to sell it, give it back to me, give it back to me, give it back to me. And he did eventually. So I got this back. Then in the main box, we have the Glacé Original that I got for my birthday, rose gold Pano Reserve. That, of course, stays. Of course, on an orange strap, because the iPhone was now released in orange. I am the trendsetter. I put also most of my watches.
I bought that strap.
Yeah, well, no, is this the one? Alligator?
No, it's not that one. I give you a different orange strap.
Yeah, I know.
I give you an orange Hodinky one.
Yes, and I have the orange Hodinky one, of course, as well. But now I have it on a shiny Alligator from Deluxe. Because 19 millimeters lug width.
Speaking of Deluxe, did you know Rivoli imported them? And they're now selling them at Rivoli stores?
No, I did not know that.
Yep.
Really? They retail?
In addition.
Wow, that's cool.
And
that's big news.
Yeah, so you can physically go in and buy. And also, recently they also imported Baltic.
Yeah, but
so you can now go buy Baltics as well.
Wait, but not Rivoli. That was Siddiqui, no, was it?
No, it was Rivoli.
Rivoli? Baltic?
Yeah, it was Rivoli.
Interesting.
You can go onto Rivoli's website and look at all their Baltic offerings.
So that's interesting because Rivoli is 100% owned or majority owned by the Swatch Group. So,
Swatch.
And
it's independent, right? So it doesn't make any difference for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here is my Blancpain Villeret semi-devonette blah, blah, blah complete calendar. Yeah, there's a lot with the Jean-Claude Biver kissed watch, also on a wonderful orange strap from, I don't know even from what it is, but it's okay, Saffiano leather. Then, of course, my fortunate new watch, the Submariner 16610. I put it back on the original bracelet after I got this little clip thing that made it so much better to wear. And I removed the diver's extension and put a little clip, this comfort thing there on it. Lovely. Then we have my Gerard Perregaux Laureato in full ceramic and black. Still love that watch a lot. But I thought about selling it. I thought about selling it because a friend of mine has now this really nice Daytona, two-tone Daytona with a black dial. And I told him whenever he wants to sell it, I'm in for it. And he said, well, I think I'm going to, you can have it. But now I don't have my watch budget at the moment because I'm at different priorities at the moment. So I am wondering how I can just somehow make space or finance that watch without spending too much out of pocket. So I'm thinking of selling the Jean Perregaux, but I'm not so sure about it. It's tough. Then,
honestly, the Gerard Perregaux, I think, is an easy one to call. It is a really
nice.
Technically cool watch.
No, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to wear. It's very comfortable. It has a really cool integrated bracelet design. It's very slim. It just wears so nice. And the ceramic is just fantastic. Then, of course, the overseas that I wore on my vacation recently
when you went overseas.
Across the world, when I went overseas. And I just love that watch. It was such a pleasure to wear.
Have you also been offshore recently?
Yes, and
overseas?
That is the last one. That is the offshore, the Royal Oak offshore from AP, and this is
the broken Royal Oak.
Really broken.
Offshore.
It just has
the movement doesn't work. It's not
it does
really
work.
broken.
It does work.
The chronograph is not perfect. But it's
not
fine.
perfect. It just goes to the 1 minute. The minute counter goes to the 1 minute position, and then stays there
until it stops.
No, it just stays there.
Doing that and then continually runs, as you said.
Yeah, eventually that will happen because that's the issue with these movements. So I have to get it repaired. But I bought this light baby blue strap for it. I love it. And I also like wearing it. Unfortunately, because it's such a chunky monkey, it's not only super heavy, because it's like so much of solid steel in this watch. It's just insane. It's also very tall, right? It's about 15.3 millimeters or something. So I managed to get a few little dinks here in the bezel. Mm-hmm. So I don't like this, but it is the first one's hurt, right? But yeah, that's what it is. So that's my collection. And then, of course...
so how many is that?
12.
12, okay.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's it. I'm quite happy. As I said, I don't really want to change anything, but then I made this commitment with the Daytona. So now I have to think. I don't want to.
I think there's a few things you can get rid of. I think there's a lot of overlap. You're going to hate me for saying this.
For me, overlap doesn't exist. If I like a watch and I like another watch, it's happy,
I think
happy days.
The Villaret could go.
No, under no circumstances. I love that watch.
Why? You have the Glacute and then the Villaret, which are very, very similar looking watches.
I didn't know. No.
Yes.
Oh.
Both precious metal, gold, both have light dials, both have a complication in it. That is, one's a calendar and the other one's, what is it, big dates, or is it also a calendar?
And it has a panoramic date and a power reserve.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you could.
And I can't. This is such a beautiful watch.
You said this about the Breguet Type 20 last year as well, that you would never sell it.
Yeah, well.
And then you sold it very promptly.
Because
somebody gave me a good price for it.
No, because I had something that I wanted so much more. So sometimes you just have to, there's a trade-off. Right now,
So what did you sell? You sold the Breguet.
I sold the Breguet. I sold the Daytona. I sold a
Tudor Pelagos.
The Pelagos 39. I sold the Vacheron Constantin Overseas silver dial.
To get the blue one,
yeah. I sold. What else did I sell? I don't know. As I said, I don't know.
Last year, you still had your GMT Master, the two-tone.
No. I never had
Yes.
two. Yeah. Well, yeah. At some stage, I had this. I don't know.
You don't
when.
even remember. You don't remember your Gurner.
No, Gurner. I had the Gurner.
You had that was exactly
Guinness.
last year.
Mm,
Was it Guinness or Gurner? It was a Gurner.
it's Guinness. Gurner. It's the same.
Gurner. Yeah, it is. It is.
And then,
But the reason I know this, and I know that you're exactly right, is because I was at Formula One when you called me, and you said that you had talked to Mahmoud, and Mahmoud offered you a spot for the Gurner or something like this from the store, and whether you should take it. And we have two friends named Mahmoud, and I called the other one, and I called the wrong Mahmoud in this case.
Mhm.
And he had no idea what I was talking about. But I was you told me to talk to him or something. I don't remember. But that was at Formula One. So that was in December.
Uh-huh.
So ergo,
No.
this is around the time you got it.
No. It isn't because I had already the Daytona at the time. I think.
No.
No.
I think the Daytona came much later. I think you don't realize how not long of a time frame you had the Daytona for. I think the Daytona was like January something, maybe like February time. It came and you sold it.
2024. No. Really. I think I got it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I have no collection pictures from that time, so I really don't know.
What about your, what's it called? Your app.
Yeah, I could look in the app.
Go to the app
But
and
does
then
it-
look at
yeah.
archived or sold watches.
Yeah, okay, let me see.
Keep them there.
Watch
And that will tell you
wrist
exactly
track,
all about the
because
watches
if there is one thing that I have, it is, let me see, show, wait a second, where do I need to go? Sold watches, where do I see? Turn to gallery, timeline. Yeah, I see actually, So let me see. Oops, this is all very complicated. Wait a second. So, okay, April I got the DUG, then I got the Grand Seiko in March, then I got in February this year, I got the Vacheron, the Overseas, then I got the, they had the Mark IWC Mark 20.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Then I had, wait a second, the GMT Master 2 I bought it in November 2023. Yes.
So was I 1 year? Yeah, exactly
When
what I
did
said.
Sell it
I
then?
literally just said that.
But I didn't, it doesn't show me here when I sold it. No, that's weird.
Well, I'm guessing February-ish.
Yeah, maybe
Because you only had it for a couple months.
Weird. Maybe I didn't put it as sold, but as out of collection or something. I don't know. It is gone. Anyhow, the point is.
I was right. That's all that matters.
I don't know if you're right. I don't have any picture of it in my stream since October 2024 of the Gurner. So I don't know. I'm just looking at all my pictures here that I have in my thingy here, and I don't see the Gurner. And that's weird. So that means that it could be that this is not anymore or wasn't there. Can it be?
You never had it.
I never had
it. It was a figment of your imagination. All right.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
It's like everything was a dream.
Yeah, exactly. You woke up.
Everything was a dream.
And it never happened. But anyway, all right. I think we should... So we've talked about our collection. So ladies and gentlemen, you can... be the voice of reason and tell us who has the better collection.
Okay.
While Ralph looks for this GMT that he swears he never even owned.
I never had this watch. All right. Wait. I have a collection picture from December. I found one. So, yeah.
Would have been nice if you would have.
No Gurner.
But you had the, what's it called?
What I had is the Daytona already. Yeah.
Which is gone.
Yeah. No,
there was no difference.
No, there is the silver of Overseas. I had the platinum, the Chronomat B01, right? I had for a time from Breitling, the light blue dial with a platinum bezel.
Yeah.
That was different. Then I had a Tissot. I still had the P39. Actually, it was, I got some good stuff in addition to this. Nice. Yeah, but I didn't have the Grüne. That was already gone. Okay. Yeah. So that's it.
So, as I said, I think my guess was you got the Daytona around February. No, December. This was December, right? So I was a little bit off. So maybe prior to December. Who knows? Anyway, you want to talk about your G-Shocks? What happened to your G-Shocks?
My G-Shocks I sold.
I know.
I sold an auction.
How many G-Shocks did you used to have?
Plenty. I had 12 of the metal squares, and now I have one left.
I know. Yeah. That's a pretty big culling.
That's a big one, and that was fun. I mean, I really enjoyed getting rid of them for weird. I don't know, because I didn't miss them. Right, I had a few that I just collected because I wanted to have like a proper collector. You have a theme, and you collect that theme. So I was thinking of all the watches that I actually like, that are G-Shock metal squares that I bought. Colors that I liked. See, there's some that I really didn't like, and I didn't buy them. So that was easy. So, for example, the yellow gold one I bought, didn't like it, sold it. The rose gold I kept because I like the rose gold, and so on and so on. So there was a couple of things where, the black one that I liked, and the silver one, of course, and some other ones. Everything was in and out. I am now down to one little GMW B5000 TVA, I think. It's the TVA one. And that is the
aged one, right?
No, that's not the aged one. The aged one is also gone. This is the one.
Oh, yeah. The titanium.
Aged one is metal. So this is the titanium one that looks like an anime robot thing there. It's a very nice one. It's just like the stealthiest titanium one because it looks like a plastic or metal one, but it's really cool. Titanium black matte. I love it. So there's a couple of new ones that I really like as well. There's a new re-edition or old one with the old color scheme and color design of the GMW B5000. It's called, I don't know where I have this.
The one with the green or the blue or something?
It is, it's blue.
Not bezel, dial.
Yeah. Let me check. I have that somewhere. And there's two of them came out, right? One was the G-Shock Square and one was the Casio. And both of them have the same sort of design. Oops. Okay, I think that was wrong. The wrong website. Okay, I found it now. So let me check. That's the GMW B5000. I find it in a second. I hope that I find it in a second. What I have new is this.
This entire episode will be Ralph looking for stuff.
Yeah, looking for stuff. What I have new is this GBM 2100A, which is also a metal Casio with a rubber strap and a green dial. I really wanted to have that for whatever reason because I wanted to have a green dial watch, and now I got that and I've wore it a lot and it's pretty nice. So I have now found the first one. Let me share. Oh, I can't share my screen until you allow me to because you're the organizer. I can. So
for those of you who wonder what the breakdown is of our tasks in the Lume plotters, Ralph is the mixer and editor. I am the social media person, and I also set up the meetings and come up with the ideas for the meetings. Roughly,
most of the time,
90% of the time. Once in a while, Ralph pops in an idea here and there.
For whatever reason, I cannot click on the share button, or nothing happens. Meh.
I cannot make you any more of a presenter.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here.
What
can I
can
do?
remove you from the meeting.
Can you just
go against what I say?
Can you just not make me a presenter and do it again? Just a second.
Alternatively, the episode where Ralph looks for things and is made a presenter, and then he wants me to make him not a presenter, and then it makes him a presenter again.
Yeah, because it's like the equivalent of switching it off and on again. I can't do it, so I'll just send you this. It doesn't work. Teams doesn't want me to do it. So what I do is I'll just copy the link into the chat so you can open it yourself. Pop.
Gotta love Microsoft.
Well, I like Microsoft, but so this.
Do you really? Do you?
Yeah, most of the stuff is quite nice.
I don't think anyone has ever liked Microsoft.
I mean,
I think Microsoft is something that you live with, like genital herpes. You don't like it, but you can live with it. I think that's the.
It's come such a long way, so it's actually quite okay.
All right, it's come a long way. Apple has been like no one has ever said this with Apple. Like it's come a long way.
Oh yeah,
Apple has always been there.
Yeah,
it's never had to come.
When you never worked with macOS 9, right?
No.
See?
10 was the first 10 was my first one. I believe it was Snow Leopard.
Yeah,
10.1.
I worked with all of these versions with 7, 8, 9, then macOS 10, all of the stuff. But I also worked with the first version of DOS 3.11, 1.2 for work groups, whatever it was. And then the first Windows versions and all of the stuff. I also worked with Linux. I'm a bit like, how do you say that? I'm agnostic to operating systems. I don't have strong feelings for it. I really enjoy the Macs because that not only are they fast, but it's very reliable, super robust. You don't have to reboot them in whatever years unless you have updates. So that way, I really like macOS. I like some of their UI philosophy, but some of it I think is still just made better in Microsoft. You know, sometimes it's so hard to find things and settings in the Mac. I still don't understand why you close Windows, but you don't close the app in the Mac. And some you do, some you don't. And it's just like, come on. What is this weird
Anyway,
thing?
back to your watch. This is the GMWB 5000 PC1DR Blue.
It's not a Mac version, it's a PC version. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Now, he sent me a link from a website called MonaWatch. From those of you that don't know, MonaWatches is a Casio dealer here in UAE.
Yes, Casio Citizen. They have a couple of other brands, and they have really nice discounts. So check them out.
And if you call them up, and just say best price, sir. And if you tell them that in that exact accent, they'll give you an even better discount.
In that accent, they will just hang up the phone on you. Because
no, I did call them. I bought one watch from them, and it was already heavily discounted. And I asked, can you make it a little bit better? And the guy took off like 15% for no reason.
Yeah.
So they are willing to work with you.
It's always good to ask. The worst thing that can happen is they say no. Otherwise, it's always, if you don't ask, you don't get. Right?
Yes.
And as long as you ask friendly.
Exactly. Ask friendly. I just asked on Chrono, as Ralph always does on Chrono. He just randomly sends lowball offers, hopes they will accept them.
What? Me? No.
Yeah. No, never. That's not how you got your Grand Seiko at all.
Well, I took 1,000 dirhams.
They wanted like, how much did they want from it?
12 and a half.
I think they had it listed for like 15,000 and Ralph says.
No, 12 and a half 11. And I offered 11 and a half. Come on, that's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not too far off. But I did the thing that I've been after, or I guess wanted, the Hodinkee Zenith El Primero triple calendar meteorite dial. Somebody listed it for 41,000 dirhams on Chrono. So I said I would be a buyer at 35.
Okay.
And they told me promptly no. So that was the end of that.
Is the watch once again still available?
It is.
So,
which is weird. It's only 200 pieces, but it's been available for a very, very long time.
See, I'm telling
but
you.
now it's only available through Watches of Switzerland in the US.
I feel this is when sometimes you don't understand how hard it is. You're a brand like Zenith, and you're selling, 15,000 watches a year? that's not a lot of watches, right? And if you have a special edition of 200, if you only sell 1,500 in an entire year, then 200 is also not, it's a lot actually for you.
15,000.
Yeah, something around
Not
this,
1,500,
right? So yeah,
1,500 a month maybe.
Yeah. So this is a very, very low production company, right? And it's, they did have more. They had like 25,000, I think, a few years back, on the height of the Chronomaster Sport wave that they were, surfing on. But now in the secondary market, my goodness, they are getting bashed to pieces there. I mean, it's really
and this
not,
is the
not,
issue.
not funny.
I would like very much a Zenith. I think Zenith, I've already mentioned this a couple of times. I would like a Zenith, but I would like a Zenith with the El Primero movement.
Yes.
So I'm kind of particular. I would prefer without a date window. So that leaves me with one watch, which is the one watch that I could wear because they have bigger ones. But for the smaller ones, it's the Shadow Revival, the Chronomaster Shadow Revival, Chronomaster Revival Shadow, whatever it is, the all grayish, blackish one.
Mm-hmm.
Retail price something like 40,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
Secondhand market, immediately you can get it for half price.
That's why I mean Zenith is unfortunately a watch you cannot possibly buy at retail, because you just unless you of course really want a boutique experience and you want to build a relationship for whatever reason.
Now there is one thing they are offering. I don't know if you know about that, but they are offering your first service for free if you buy it from the boutique,
okay.
which could be, I'm guessing it's a couple thousand dirhams at least, right? Like probably 3,000-4,000 dirhams.
Yes.
So when I was looking at this Hodinkee one, which is 52,000 dirhams, and you look at it, it's a 1/10 of a second chronograph with a triple calendar. It's quite a lot of things going on, which then means it's quite an expensive service, I would guess. And so when they said, okay, yeah, the first service is free, that to me means that now you can have the watch for probably 20 years without any issues.
Maybe. I mean, that's possible. But on the other hand, it's also kicking the can down the road, because who knows when you need to service, if you still have the watch, right?
This is,
and then you got
I would buy it and sell it in like 3 months, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it.
And then you have the discount pushed into the future. That's a future discount, basically. So I wanted to.
That only works if you keep the watch for life.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people do. So that's when you really want this watch and you buy this watch because you want to wear it for the rest of your life. Then perfect. Then that's a good deal. Then
it is. And I did, by the way, come across a human being that had a Zenith El Primero, and it was a lady.
Oh.
And I was very surprised. I
went
up to
she
the lady
did
and I said,
wear
is that in El Primero? And she said, it is. It was the new generation, the 38 millimeter Chronomaster Sport.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, Chronomaster, they messed with the names again. So Chronomaster Sport used to be the one that looked like the Daytona.
Yeah, it still is, I think.
But now it was the Chronomaster Sport Revival? Or what do they call the one that
is possible, because that's then the old one, right?
Yeah, the one that looks like
the
old
Chronomaster Sport.
But it looks like the old. Anyway, long story short, she said, yes, I finally picked this up when I was in Singapore this year. I've always wanted this watch, and I've never heard anyone say something so, positive about a Zenith before, like especially
That's
someone
nice.
who does not own other watches, someone who is not a watch person. And of course it was the one with the tricolore, 3-colored subdials. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's so strange, because this is not the watch that I would expect her to wear, nor is it a watch that I would see some random person saying, I've wanted this forever.
See, my problem with Zenith is, I think the older watches, I do understand how do you like them. I had a DeFi 21 myself. I love that watch in titanium. It's a very nice watch, a bit big. But if you look, for example, at the new DeFi Skyline chronograph, right? If there would be a Hublot logo on the dial, you would just think it's a Nublo. If you put a Gérard Perregaux logo on it, you would think that's a Laureato. Because it's so similar, right? So that I don't know.
It's nothing special.
My problem is with Zenith, I don't know what they stand for. And I think they don't know themselves, right? So
I believe this is true as well.
I
think that for them, just like Tudor, they should have two lines, which they have been doing. One line goes Pelagos and essentially does your modern stuff. One line goes vintage and does your black base stuff, right?
Yes.
And they're kind of doing this. They have their revival lines. They have their, whatever the hell they call the Defy stuff. But they
Skyline.
need to be doing
Defy and Skyline.
There's some just weird stuff going on there, right? Specifically with the modern. With the vintage stuff, I think they're killing it with the vintage stuff. Both the, what's their dive watch called? I forgot.
Oh.
The vintage dive watch. Defy. They put Defy on it, on the dial, right? Is Defy as well.
Know. Is it?
I think
Defy
it is.
Diver. Yes, Defy Diver.
Yeah. So that's a great looking watch, but now they've muddied the names so much. So like Chronomaster Sport Revival. DeFi,
no, it's actually
Diver.
Chronomaster Revival. Chronomaster. No, it's not Sport Revival. It's Chronomaster Original, and then there's Chronomaster Revival.
Original, that's the one I was looking for.
There's three versions. Yeah, the Chronomaster Sport, Chronomaster Original, and Chronomaster Revival. And then there is also one, I know, which is the Chronomaster, what is it called? Open or something, right? When you have this old open dial, the Chronomaster Open, which is totally weird. But I wanted to mention one more thing that is very important for the listeners to know.
Soft G-Shocks, soft Casio.
Yeah. That's yes. That's one of the things. But also this one that I put in the chat. Just check that out.
I have already.
This is the Tissot Rock Watch. People like me who are old.
Yes. I've watched videos. So we talked about the Rock Watch on the podcast already, and we talked about, I think it was in the Dial or whatever episode that we did, and you brought up the Rock Watch, and I had no clue what you were talking about.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden,
As if
I saw this. It's limited to 1,000 pieces.
It's back.
It is a rock watch.
It is
literally made out of a Swiss mountainside.
Yes, it's kind of a granite that comes from the Jungfrauen Alp, somewhere 4,300 meters high. They just took some rock from the mountain and just polished it nicely and made it a case, right? And in this case, it's a quartz movement. Unfortunately, only it's a quartz movement.
It is.
But and that's a rock watch. And
did you hear about how they get the rock?
Probably they bribed some little mercats and just sent them up the rock and said, eat it off.
No. Apparently there's a train that goes through the mountain, and they had dug out all of this rock before and never done anything with it. So laying around, and they bought some of that to reuse it.
Yeah, and you know how much you have to buy for 1,000 pieces of rock watch? Not much.
Well, how many are you going to mess up is the question.
Yeah, but still. So, last one, coming from a very hard watch, the rock watch. Click on the
very
next
soft.
Click on
watch.
the next
I
link,
know, I'm
please.
I'm there.
Yeah. So Casio released a toy. It's
called the Mouflin.
The Mouflin. It's an AI-powered little living creature thing that is fluffy and that you can just have as an emotional support animal. And if you watch the videos about it, because I got this, it's actually terribly cute, but also terribly weird, right? Because
you could get a real pet.
Yes, but this pet only needs a recharge. It doesn't need, it doesn't do any potty and all of these things, right? You don't have to walk it.
My God.
It's basically like a Tamagotchi, but in
real life
to cuddle. Yes, right. It's crazy. And then I don't know why Casio comes out with this, but it really enjoys snuggling and cuddling, and you need to do this if you're really into this, if you're lonely and you want to have an AI pet. That's $400 and it's yours.
$400. This is not like something you buy for $20 on the,
I don't know.
$400 is quite a bit.
Yeah. But
So
better go with
whenever
the
the
hard
singularity
rock watch.
comes,
Yeah.
mark my words, this will lead the charge. This will be the one standing in the front lines killing everyone. The Mofflins.
Thank God it doesn't have hands or anything to grab.
Or feet or anything. Can it move, by the way?
Yes, it moves, it wiggles and all of that. Doesn't
It
snuggles.
wiggles, okay.
At least that's what I've seen in the video. So I guess in the world where La Boo Boo becomes a thing, I get the Mofflin can become a thing too. The only problem is that it's not collectible, I guess. If you have one, you don't need more. I assume.
I don't think you would want more. And then you have to charge all of them.
And I don't even know where to charge them because it's all the fluffy thing, right? Maybe it's inductive charging. Don't put it in the microwave. It will die. That is also the same for pets, so please don't.
This is the weirdest Casio.
Yes.
I mean, weirder than the Casio watches, by the way.
But I wonder what had happened with. I mean, Casio,
not watches. I'm talking about the ring watches. The ring watches. Sorry.
But Casio does a lot of other things, right? They do musical instruments, a lot of this stuff, right? Casio does synthesizers and electric pianos and all of this stuff. So there's a lot of things that they do. But yeah, that is definitely one of the weirder things I've seen.
Well, on that bombshell, I think it is a good time to end this episode. No, it's not. Sorry, I take that back immediately.
I have one more question. I just read this article about the Rock Watch, right? Just recently. And it is a two-hand quartz watch.
Mm-hmm. So you don't see the tick, tick, tick.
You don't see tick, 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 which is great because then actually it doesn't matter if it's a quartz watch really, right? But it says it has an end-of-life display. Now, usually the end of life for a quartz watch is that the second hand goes every 3 seconds or every 5 seconds, right? In intervals.
What you could do maybe is that the minute hand would vibrate or something. They could do something like this. It could go forward and back or something along those lines. Like go 2 forward and 1 back to get it every time it switches minutes or something. I don't know.
But it doesn't switch. Usually the minute hand doesn't switch per minute. It doesn't do a tuck.
It does.
No, it does per second.
It moves, and the reason I know this is because
60 times
not 60
per second. Just very
60
tiny.
times. No. It doesn't necessarily have to move 60 times per second.
Well, it depends what kind of movement you have. If you have a G-Shock or something, I do every 20 seconds, or the Citizens.
So the what's it called?
The stepper motor.
The Cartier quartz ones, they move. The minute hand moves big time. And you see it, and it ticks, and I hate it.
Really? They go once a minute?
No, I don't know if it's once a minute or maybe 3 times a minute or 4 times a minute or something, but you see it go donk.
Okay.
Donk.
Yeah, this is
whenever
like
it does move.
these ones with the stepper motor.
It is not smooth.
Yeah.
It's not smooth at all.
Some of the older quartz movement, they just move 1 time per second, but just very slow. So that's...
So you will buy the Rock Watch, is that correct?
No, I never liked it. I didn't like it. I had friends who had the Rock Watch. I think it's silly. I really don't like the Rock Watch.
So you're not going to buy the Rock Watch. You're going to stay up. You're going to save up for the Mofflin.
No, I'm just saying if you don't want cuddly and soft, just buy the rock watch. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And on that bombshell, I think it's time for us to now end, unless Ralph has any more questions.
No, I still have to dive into the end-of-life display for no second-hand quartz watch.
Ralph will tell you what happens in the next episode.
I'm like a little terrier. I just bite in it and just don't let go.
That's called going down a rabbit hole.
Absolutely.
But sure. All right. So we will see you all next week or hear you all next week or you will hear us next week or however we choose to say it. So until then,
see you then. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye.